Hey everybody, here is our fourth and final strength workout of the program. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the workouts thus far and can continue to use them throughout the next month. And as we start to get closer and closer to ski season, as I mentioned like in the last video, start to add some more aerobic training in your workouts through the next month, whether that's hiking, biking, running, a mix of all of them, and then add these strength workouts within and keep shuffling through them. After this one, you can go back to 1 and then 2 and 3 and do them in order, and just adding maybe more weight to them or maybe more reps or more time, just kind of challenging yourself in those ways. But again, you can keep using them over and over, and there's plenty of ways to modify them as you progress with the workouts. So just go back and revisit them. So we'll get started here with our warm-up. So with our warm-up, we're gonna do good mornings to a squat. So good mornings is pretty much like a deadlift move with that hinge motion. If you want to open your shoulders and chest up more, you can put your hands behind your head like this and pull those elbows back, opening here. So you hinge at those hips, leaning forward as far as you can, keeping that back nice and flat, stretching through the backs of the legs, come up, and then we're gonna add a squat. Just bend the knees, straighten the knees, hinge the hips, up, and squat. One more here for you. Hinge, come straight up, squat it down, and up. Number 2, we've got a hip clock here. So you're gonna stand with feet hips width distance apart, one knee, or both knees rather, slightly bent. Hands can just be on the hips here, and you're gonna make your leg come out in like a clock position. So you're gonna tap at 12 o'clock, back to center, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, that little curtsy there. And so we'll just do one side for 30 seconds, just alternating through those reaches, reaching back into center, forward, side, side. So again, just making that clock. When you switch sides, slight bend in the knee, reach for that 12, you can go back to center, out to the side, straight back, and out to that 9. Obviously that 9 is going to be a little bit harder. It's not going to be straight out to that 9, but over where you can get it there, but trying to keep the hips square. Center, back to center, back to center, out to the side. All right, so each side 30 seconds. So you're kind of staying in that position on one leg, going through the rotation on one side, and then switch it. Third move of your warm-up, you're going to come down into a plank. You're going to do a plank row. No weight here, so feet can be spread out a little wider to keep that balance. Again, we're working on keeping those hips square to the floor, not rocking. Hand up towards the armpit, elbow straight up towards the sky. Alternate here, placing the hand back under the shoulders each time. All right, so there's your warm-up. 30 seconds for each, 3 times through. Coming into the workout portion, we are going to go for a squat to a reverse lunge. So if you got some weight here, you can grab it, whatever it is, holding it just at the center. Let's see, how do I want to hold this thing? Okay, so you're going to come into a squat and then a reverse lunge. Squat, reverse lunge, alternating legs in that lunge. Keeping the chest up. Shoulders over those hips as you go into that lunge, going straight down, straight up. Number 2, single leg deadlift to a row. So that weight can be in the opposite hand of your standing leg. That hinge from our workout, or from our warm-up for a good morning, comes into play here. So you're going to start to hinge at the hips, leaning it over as far as you can get, and row that weight up. So you got my reeling kind of here in my way. Hinge, row. Keep your back toes pointed straight down. If your toe starts to turn out like that, most likely your hip will open up too. So as you hinge, all toes pointing straight to the ground, hips are square. Get your balance, you're stabilizing in that standing leg. Row, come up. All right. Then we're going to take it to the ground here. If you have something to put between your legs, it can be a yoga block, a pillow, like a soft ball, soccer ball, or something like that. Anything you have, really, you're going to put it between your thighs and lay it down on your back. So you're just using whatever between your legs here to squeeze to start to activate those inner thigh muscles here. So heels, you can just barely tap them so they're right underneath your knees. You're gonna come up into a bridge, squeezing those legs together, squeeze the glutes. Come down, back flattens against the ground, press up and squeeze. Back down, so just down and up, really squeezing everything at the top there. Pressing those hips to the sky, back down, up and squeeze. Come on down. You can release the block from your legs, but you'll stay in that same position. You're just gonna peel up the shoulders, hands out here, and heel taps or toe taps, really reaching for that pinky toe, just side to side. So your little swivel there, keeping the chest up, shoulders up as far as they can be from the ground, side to side. So again, you can adjust your speed here, reaching as far left and right. Final one, classic here. We got a wall sit. So find a wall, back flat against that wall, feet right underneath those knees. So you've got that 90 degrees in the knees and the hips there. And holding here, again, keeping that back flat against the wall, engaging the core that way. And just looking dead ahead. You can add weight by holding it here, holding the arms out here. Again, a lot of different variations. You can go single leg if you like. Seeing what that's like, even if it's just a march. Trying not to let your weight shift too much as you lift one foot and then the other. Just so that march is just a little add-on if you want a little more out of your wall sit. But again, the time pretty much can be up to you for that. I will give you a recommendation. If you want to go for, a 5-minute wall sit, go for it. But in the circuit, I'll keep the recommendation a little bit low, just so you can move through the circuit a little more quicker. And then that brings us to our finisher. So we've seen a lot of jumps and whatnot in the finisher. That's because it just really gets those legs fired up and gets that muscular fatigue that you feel when you're skiing. So we're trying to work up in that, build that up. But again, jumps might not be for everyone, so adjust as you need by taking the jumps out. So the 3 moves here in our finisher: jump squats. Come in your squat, use those arms, come up. Try not to jump too high and knock my camera off the table. Jump squats there. Number 2, sprinter start. So you're gonna step one leg back like you're in a lunge here. Opposite hand to the ground. You're gonna drive that knee up. Bring it down and up. To fire this up a little bit, you add a hop at the top. Dropping down. So again, you're dropping that back knee towards the floor as you step it back. Little bunny hop up. You'll go individual sides there, not alternating, just one side at a time. Final move is a lateral hop. So get that over the way so you just don't trip over it. If you have something to jump over, you can put that on the ground. Again, like a yoga block, it could just be a line. It doesn't have to be much. But if you need a little something to challenge yourself in height wise or anything, then grab a little something to hop over. Something that might knock over and you won't land on or get hurt or anything. So for this lateral hop, 2 feet together, you're gonna take off at the same time, land at the same time. So just side to side. As fast as you can there, just like you're jump roping pretty much, keeping those feet together. For more of a challenge, you can go single-sided, one leg up, hopping side to side. And then with that finisher, again, just short rests to really get that heart rate up and get that muscle endurance going, that muscle fatigue there. And yeah, so like I said, that concludes our final strength workout. Stick around though, because we may have some more material for you guys, some recovery, yoga, things like that in the next week. And then also just follow along, because throughout winter I'll be trying to put out some more content related to skiing, snowboarding, touring, and all the things we can do to keep our bodies healthy, happy, and ready to rip. All right, guys, I'll see you again.